Good morning. It is actually Tuesday and I'm having to try and keep my voice down a little bit because little man is actually sleeping in his crib just behind me. Down for about over half an hour now. But I don't want to jinx it because he's been overdue a nap, so we're trying to keep him asleep as long as possible. And even though he does sleep through noise really well, I don't want to risk waking him up. It is Tuesday. We've had a busy few days. Sunday, we just had a rest day. It was actually our anniversary on Sunday. We celebrated 12 years together. So we just had the day to ourselves. We didn't do any training or any exercise. We just spent it as a family doing just mundane day-to-day tasks just to appreciate the break and appreciate a rest. Yesterday, I had a mad day yesterday. Little man didn't sleep well Sunday night, so I didn't get much sleep on Sunday night. Because of that, I ended up going back to bed about 9 or 10 o'clock on Monday, and I slept all the way through till like 2 p.m. I was shattered. I literally got up with little man, fed him, changed him, dressed him, expressed, and then went straight back to bed. And as soon as I thought I heard movement then. As soon as I was back in bed, I slept all the way through till 2 p.m. I was shattered, and I think I was still recovering from the lack of sleep from the week before, or from while we were down south visiting family, because none of us slept well those few days. And then as soon as I woke up, I had to go straight out to Deaf Centre where I had my job interview last week to hand in my ID or to show copies of my ID and proof of address for my DBS check. And they have reconfirmed again that so long as my DBS check comes back fine, then I do definitely have the job, which is very scary and very exciting all at the same time. But they're really lovely people, so I am very much looking forward to working with them and also making progressions towards hopefully becoming an interpreter. So fingers crossed for all that. And then Monday evening we just chilled and I expressed and we focused on food because I hadn't eaten since 6 a.m. So our day just got taken up quite a bit. I think we ran the shop as well. I went to the shop after the Deaf Centre. Either way, don't need to know all that mumbo jumbo. But it is now Tuesday. I had a bit of a lie-in this morning because little man woke us up at 5:30 and me and Jason were a bit naughty. We were playing on our 3DSs until about 12:30 in the morning, which is a very bad idea. When you're parents, you should just don't go to bed late. Don't go to bed late when you're a parent. You will regret it in the morning. And I have done so every single time, and yet we still do it. And yes, we still have 3DSs because, believe it or not, I like the ability to own my games and not have to pay a license in order to play them. Call me old-fashioned, but you know, I like, if I pay 30-40 quid for a game, I like to know I have it and can keep it and can play it whenever I want for the rest of my life. Mostly, depending on how long the DS lasts. But it's like 15-20 years old now and it's still going strong, so we're just currently playing Fantasy Life, which is a really old game, but one that we used to really enjoy playing together because it was one of the rare multiplayer 3DS games which we really enjoyed. Anyway, Tuesday, today. I was meant to be going on a walk with one of my old clients, Basil, and his owners, and I woke up this morning and I could not find my bras. I only have 2 maternity bras that currently fit me. Of all the bras I own, I've got like 3 or 4 sports bras and I think I've got 1 maybe normal bra for events and stuff where a sports bra is inappropriate. None of them fit me because they're all, I think they're all 34HH, and in my current state with breastfeeding, I am a 36L, so they do not fit. They do not fit at all. In fact, I was actually planning on ordering a new bra today from a company called Mulk, which I've just recently come across, who apparently specialise in bras for larger ladies and they're breastfeeding friendly. So I was going to try and treat myself to one of those, but I need to have a look into them first. If I do get one for any of you other larger ladies out there, I will let you know how it goes. However, no matter how hard I tried, I could not find my bras. Could not find them anywhere, and I was so confused because I know I put them in the wash. I know I only put one in the wash last night because as we were about to give little man his bath, he was going to have a bath with daddy, and then as I was bringing him to the bath, he peed all down my side, so I ended up having a bath with him. And I know one of my bras went in the wash that day because it was covered in pee, but I could not find my other bra. I could not find my other bra to save my life, and it turns out that was also in the washing basket at the very bottom of the washing pile from Saturday. I hadn't realised it had been so long since we'd actually done the washing, which is partially my fault. It's actually mostly my fault because Jason does the laundry 99% of the time, and I really need to up my housekeeping game, to be honest. But I had no bra, so I couldn't go on a walk today, which I was really gutted about. I'm just waiting for the washing machine to finish. I think it's got about 20 minutes left on it. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, it's really sunny today. If I'm not going on that walk, I might try go for a run. Oh, that'd be a great idea. I'll wait till little man finishes his nap and then we'll go on a run together. And then I realised why I couldn't go on the walk in the first place is because my bra is actually still in the washing machine. In other news regarding little man, we have started the weaning process, which is mad to think that he is already that old. They do say to recommend, or they do recommend leaving or not starting weaning until 6 months old because it gives their digestive system a chance to fully develop. But they also do say if they start showing signs of wanting to wean, then it's okay to slowly start the process slightly early. And then my mum told me apparently we were weaning from like 3 months old, which is just, that sounds daft to me, but I'm trying to stick to the recommendations as best I can. Little man is 20 weeks old this week. He's 20 weeks old from Thursday, but he has been showing signs of wanting to wean. He's been bringing everything to his mouth. He's been showing lots and lots of signs of teething. He's been trying to sit up straight a lot more, and he's supporting himself a bit better when he sits. He's been watching us eating, and he's been trying to steal food from our forks on a couple of occasions, or reaching out to try and grab whatever we're eating. So these are all the signs of baby is ready to start weaning. So because of that, we started introducing new foods to him last week. We started introducing him to bits of broccoli, bits of carrot, cheese, which he's not a fan of cheese, lemon, he's not a fan of lemon, which I'm actually gutted in a way that I don't show his face on camera because his granddad got the most amazing photo of him trying the lemon where he was so disgusted by it. He was pushing it away with his hand while going in the opposite direction. It was amazing. Oh, it was such a good photo. It was great. It's one of those situations where I'm grateful that I'm not showing his face on the internet as much as possible, but at the same time, it's something I would love to share because it was just absolutely amazing comedy. It really, really was. We were doing that most of last week, so anytime we had a food or we were eating a food that he hadn't tried, we were giving it to him. So while we were down visiting Jason's family, he had runner beans and he had a bit of chicken and a bit of apple, I think a chip. He really likes chips. His dad we went to the pub for a pub meal and his dad gave him a really very soft chunky chip and he was holding on to it just nom 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 the whole time. He loved it. And he also had a bit of my fish goujon, so he's had a bit of fish, and again he was quite happily just holding it going nom 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 nom. He's such a little sweetie, and he did actually swallow some of the chips and the fish, which surprised us. And because it was super soft, it just mushed in his mouth and went straight down. He didn't have any issues or any signs of choking or struggling, so we thought, oh, maybe it is time to actually start introducing actual weaning. So on Sunday we nipped the shop and we got loads of 4-month-old plus baby pouches because he is nearly 5 months old now, but we got loads of the 4-month plus baby pouches for him to try. And then since Sunday we've been giving him little spoonfuls of food of these little baby pouches just before his milk, so that he gets used to the idea of if he's hungry he starts asking for food instead of milk. And we've also started using the sign for food with him as well, so he can start asking for food if he wants it. He really loved the pear. He had pear Sunday and Monday, and he liked it so much he actually finished it on the Monday. I think he had about half a pack over 2 meals on Sunday, and he had the other half of the pack over 2 meals on Monday. We really, really love the pear. We're currently trying him on peaches, but he's not as big a fan on peaches. He's not a fan at all. But again, we're only giving him like 3 to 4 spoonfuls of like baby spoonfuls of the foods while he eats them, and then we're topping him up with milk, or we're putting him on my breast to top up with milk to make sure that he's had a full meal. So it's just introducing the idea of food at the moment, and it's working. He already knows. As soon as he sees the packets, he knows what it is and he gets very excited to eat it, which is really cool to see actually, that even after just like 1 or 2 meals he's already recognizing, oh, that's something tasty and something I like to eat, which is really interesting and fascinating in a way. Because of this, he is also drinking less milk, which is putting a lot less pressure on me to actually express as much, because since the 4-month marker your breast milk starts to slow down and sort of becomes an on-demand sort of thing. And I have noticed I had a big drop in supply for a while and tried to boost it, and then I over boosted the supply, and now I seem to be back down to a nice medium sort of place where it's not too bad. Breastfeeding is getting more difficult again because little man's teeth are starting. I say starting, he's been teething for over 2 months now, but every single day you can feel the teeth getting closer and closer to the surface. They've still not broke through just yet, but they are getting so close, and his gums are so damn sharp. They are causing me so much pain when he breastfeeds because he's just like scratching his jaw against, or scratching his gum against the nipple, and it hurts like hell. He doesn't have these soft, cute little gums anymore. He's just pure metal razor sharp blades of gums, and it hurts. It hurts a lot, especially when you've got Raynaud's in the nipples or very sensitive nipples in general. It really hurts. So breastfeeding is becoming harder. I can still express, but expressing is still very time consuming. So now that he is weaning, we are starting to reduce the breast milk supply, and we're starting to reduce how much I'm expressing and starting to reduce how much milk he's having in the day, and trying to basically just work as a top up. And we have noticed we're using at least 1 to 2 feeds less breast milk at the moment, which means he is slowly coming off the breast milk, which means that hopefully soon I might actually be able to stop breastfeeding, which I was actually watching a thing the other day that says most women from way back in the day used to breastfeed for 3 to 4 years because there wasn't any safe water and it was very hard to find food. So they would actually like breastfeed up to 3 to 4 years old for the safety of their child, where we don't have that problem these days. We're a lot more privileged these days than we used to be. So we can wean earlier, we can wean faster, and we can stop breastfeeding faster, which right now I need because damn the pain. Not as bad as it was when I first started breastfeeding, but it's still not easy. Like I said, because he is weaning, I will hopefully stop breastfeeding soon, which I'm very, very excited for. I am very excited not to leak all over the bed all the freaking time just by lying on my side and pressure going on one of the boobs. Because honestly, the slightest amount of pressure on either of them and they just blow. It's so annoying. I usually have to change my clothes at least once a day. We have to change the bedding so regularly because I leak so much at night. I don't leak as much since 4 months, but if I try and lie on my side and there is pressure on boob, then it causes leakage. Or if I'm cuddled up to Jason and again there's pressure in that area, it causes him to leak. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. It's so uncomfy. Safe to say, I'm looking forward to stopping breastfeeding, which will hopefully be in the next few months, maybe 2 to 3 months, depending on how well he takes to weaning. At the moment, he is not having any issues with weaning, but we don't know how long it's going to take. It could be very quick, it could take time. We're just taking it slowly and going by him. We're letting him tell us what food he wants to try. Oh, we tried cucumber with him yesterday, and my God, did he like cucumber. Apparently his grandma on his dad's side and his dad were exactly the same. They loved numbing on cucumber when they were a baby. And I'm sure he sees it as like a really tasty teething toy, because we've tried every teething toy under the sun with him and he will not touch them. He loves chewing on your finger or skin or bone, but he does not like chewing on teething toys, just like he doesn't like dummy. He's like, everyone keeps telling me, oh, give him a dummy, help him settle. He won't take it. It's like, he doesn't need help settling anyway. He's not a very fussy baby, but he will not have a dummy. He spits them out every single time. If it does not contain food, he is not interested. But cucumber, now, a stick of cucumber he will happily sit there and gnaw on, and it does wonders for his teething because it's cold, so it helps with the inflammation, and he just likes to he loves it. So if anyone actually has a teething baby out there who is around weaning age, so between 4 months and above, granted, like I said, the recommendation is 6 months, but from 4 months and above, if you have a teething baby, try a thick stick of cucumber to make sure that they don't like accidentally shove it to the back of their mouth. Small stick of cucumber that they can hold on. Perfect. Amazing teething toy. Absolutely amazing teething toy, and I wish I knew about it sooner. He's also still showing signs of trying to roll over, but he's not there yet. His teething is just bothering him a bit too much at the moment to actually bother doing anything else. And he's again picking up his signs really, really well, which is making communication a lot easier. He's able to actually somewhat tell us what he wants and when, which is so handy. But that's about it in regards to motherhood and what's going on so far in that respect. As for today, I do have a BSL class. I want to do some exercise. I have the energy for the first time in several days. I actually have energy to do exercise. And like I said, I did actually debate going on a run because it's meant to be raining today, but it actually looks okay. At the same time, Jason's not had much sleep. He's currently upstairs having a nap, I believe. And I need to get a lot of video editing done because I've still not finished my video that should have been out over a week ago. So I am going to sit and do some video editing for a bit, and hopefully, if the washing machine and dryer finish in time, I might have just enough time to do some exercise before I have to go to my BSL course. If not, I'll have to do my exercises tomorrow. And luckily, I actually have a free day tomorrow. For the first time in God knows how long, I actually have a free day, which is unbelievable. I was starting to think they didn't exist. So long as it stays a free day, I will either go on a run or do my exercises, but we will see. We'll see what I fancy doing. So I'll either see you later before my BSL course, or I'll see you tomorrow.